Another interesting thing that we see is literally called a mini iridescent blue caviar. How gorgeous is that name? I would say the highlight and center of attention piece from this collection will be metallic iridescent. In this year's lineup, you see a lot of iridescent being utilized in the SLG department, as well as this kind of like lambskin watercolor combined with ombre. It's just so beautiful. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chanel's 21K collection is going to hit the store very soon. Are you guys ready for it? In today's video, I am going to walk you guys through the collection, through the pictures of all of the colors that are available. So if you see anything you like in the video, make sure you screenshot it and send it to your sales associate so they can reserve one for you. In this season, I do see a lot of pastel colors and also metallics, which is pretty impressive because usually fall winter are covered with colors that are warmer, cozier, and I do see returns of reds a lot of times. So for this fall winter, I do see a lot more pastel colors. There's also kind of that mermaidy color coming back, and also beautiful caviar minis. Even though they're not in the classic flap style, the minis have come back with a better feature, which is the adjustable strap. Most importantly, they are going to be returning with our favorite caviar leather. How exciting is that? This blue is something that I haven't seen in a while, so it's really exciting to see that they're bringing back this baby blue shade in several different styles. I remember seeing it in the classic flap, the Chanel 19, as well as this flap bag with top handle. And if you're someone who's collecting these pieces, it's such a good time to collect this blue because this shade of baby blue is something that I haven't seen in a long time. Another really big trend that I see is the pastel purple. If you don't pay attention from the pictures that I'm showing you right now, it's really hard to see the true color of the purple, but thankfully somebody shared this photo so you can see the light purple is just something that is so sensational. I believe it is available in multiple pieces from SLG to the actual handbags. I am definitely thinking to get something because you guys know my relationship with the purple color. The logo of the channel is made of something purple, so I wanted to acquire a piece from the purple lineup. Another big hit is the iridescent. Iridescent is something that Chanel does extremely well, and in previous launches I knew a lot of my luxe friends and also a lot of you guys tried really hard to acquire a piece from the iridescent lineup. In this year's lineup, you see a lot of iridescent being utilized in the SLG department. You see zippy wallet, you see card holder, there's a couple of crossbodies, and there's a very new piece that is like a clutch. So the shape of it is like a classic flap, which is rectangle, and on top of the flap in the middle there is another hook where you can add a wristlet to it, which I believe is removable, and I think this piece is going to do well. I remember the previous launch when they did the mermaid print for one of the summer collection. Everybody was talking about that. That even got me into this mindset of like, I really want to get one. But I did hold myself back because it was already sold out by the time I reached out to look for one. If you're someone who's loving it, I do love this particular colorway a little bit more than the other one. So definitely text your essay right now to see if it's available. Since minis are super in, and Chanel's one of those that does mini sizes extremely well, they are coming back with more styles that's trying to rob our wallet. Look at this beautiful compact that's made out of a mirror-like finished material, even though I believe the text on there says it's a clutch, patent, gold skin, and silver. So the front side literally looks like a reflective material, which makes us think of their mirror compact, and it's literally in the shape of a mirror compact from their cosmetic line. So it's very interesting, and I believe that is available in multiple sizes. In terms of the wallet on chain, I do see some very cute variations where they did add the element of a badge onto the strap, which really just makes all the difference if you are looking for something a little bit different than the traditional color. Talking about the real fall and winter colors, you do see that there's light blue, and the contrast color is kind of this brick, kind of a brown color as they call it. You can see this color throughout the 19 collection. They do launch it in not only the handbags, also some small leather goods, which is really exciting. And for those of you who love a good mini vanity, it's continued being released in this season in the electric bluish color. And in terms of metallics, we see the elements of gold and silver. And I don't know if you are a big fan of metallics. I just remember my favorite metallics were done by Louis Vuitton in early 2000s when they did the mirror collection. So in this series, I do see some zippy wallet that is going to be made available in kind of a crinkly metallic type of leather in calfskin, and they're asking around $600. So if you have a $600 allowance, would you choose metallic or iridescent? Let me know in the comment section below, because I'd probably go for the iridescent, as I think metallics are more versatile, more stable, but iridescent is something that you don't come by very often. Another really exciting thing is that for a lot of you guys who love to buy a handbag from Chanel, the Coco handle has a very reasonable entry price. Very reasonable in terms of comparing that style to the rest of the lineup. It does start at around $4,000. So if you are interested, it is available in that iridescent pink from what I can see, and also there's the new colorway, which is the pale purple, and it's also available in a series of colors, both in the chevron print and the diamond quilting. For classic flaps, it is offered in a very nice range of colors, from pastel to a little bit more saturated pink. And I think Chanel just knows how to get us, because every season they do a different shade of pink, either in caviar leather with a light gold champagne hardware or a lambskin. So I do see a hot pink one, which I'm very tempted, but I now learn to tell myself to hold back whenever I see saturated pink colored stuff, because you know, it gets overwhelmed when you realize that a lot of items you own are that particular color. So I personally really love the 21P pink. I would prefer it in the smaller size, because mediums are getting a little large in the real world of fashion, because mini bags are taking over. I haven't owned a small size classic flap yet, so I'm definitely interested in that. I would say the highlight and center of attention piece from this collection will be metallic iridescent, as well as this kind of like lambskin watercolor combined with ombre. It's just so beautiful, and it's very light. I personally didn't have the best experience with lighter color bags, so I'm afraid to attempt. And this particular one does look like it has like a couple of colorways mixed in together, where there's light purple, light pink, and a very light tint of yellow or green. So it is very interesting, and it's extremely beautiful. If you are a collector, I do think this piece is must have from this collection. Every time I look at it, I just go, oh, I wish I can have it, but I just don't know how well it's going to last in long term. I'm not sure if the color is going to wear off, as I believe for lambskin there's coating on top of it. So I like my bags more practical, but I do love this very much. Another interesting thing that we see is literally called a mini iridescent blue caviar. How gorgeous is that name? And they just did this blue beautifully. The bonus of this is that it comes with an adjustable strap. That is just so gorgeous. From the information card that I saw, it is going to be made available in a couple of colors. I think it's going to be a hit. I mean, honestly, Chanel is so good with bringing things that robs our wallet and make sure it stays empty every season. So we'll see how it goes, but I do think this blue is a very gorgeous piece. So how interesting is that they're mixing the metal element into the vanity lineup. Black and white vanity case are made with metal sides. At least from what it looks like, it does look like a metal sides instead of leather, but it is very interesting. It's quite boxy though, so I'm not sure about that. The top handle is gonna be another huge hit because of the colorway. It's made available in quite a lot of colors. Besides the light blue, there's also a darker pink, which looks more like a magenta, and of course black, small vanity lambskin. And I know this style was launched, it was like sold out. It was so hard to get one. So right now they learned that people keep coming back for them. They're going to launch newer colors every season. I do think this blue is very dreamy to have. Besides mini bags, Chanel is really good with combining the mini bags with their iconic symbols. So this micro boy on the belt chain is just brilliant, and they made it in this new color in the purple. It's just so cute. I haven't really seen one in person, so I'm guessing the size of it is like a small wallet. Alright, so these are the information cards that I was able to gather, and I hope I covered everything. I'm very tempted at getting a iridescent card holder and maybe a small flat bag of some sort. I'm still deciding on it, but the iridescent blue caviar is definitely on top of my list. So those two are my top picks, and you know, every time when Chanel launch something, you say, okay, I'm just gonna hold back, but it never happens. You always end up, at least for me personally, I always ended up choosing things that I didn't think I was going to get. So let me know if you liked anything, and like I said, if you liked any of these pieces, make sure you take a photo and send it to your essay, as I believe now also changed or made new rules about their reserving system. In order for you to get something that's really popular, it's better to stay ahead. So I really hope you find today's video helpful. If it did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it really supports the channel. And thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.
As time goes